Hi, it's great to see you. My name's Nancy Radford. I'm a coach, a mediator, and a parent. And this series is really to help you learn how to be a better parent. But I want you to remember you're the best parent your child has right now. So don't feel guilty about the past. Focus on the future. So in the last couple of sessions, we talked about what happens in our brains when we start getting angry, what happens in our teenagers' brains. We talked about how to get it right, how to lay a foundation. And today I'm going to talk about what to do when things get tricky and conversations get even tougher. So I'm just going to share my screen so that you can see the PowerPoint. Now, there are times when you will have a view and your teenager will have a view, and it'll be about something that you feel very strongly. And it's an issue you feel is important to address. Their behavior may be unacceptable, might be hurtful, might be dangerous. Now, the important thing is not to delay and think, oh, I'll leave it and see if it gets better. Don't rush into it. Keep control. Because if you rush into it, what'll happen is your brain and your teenager's brain will shut down. You'll start blaming the other person. They'll feel threatened, they'll lash out, you'll feel angry, and it'll go downhill. So remember that the person who keeps calm has power. So how do you get yourself calm? Well, the first thing is to stop. Remember what we talked about, the events and the thoughts. Try and work out what the problem is before you talk to your teenager. What is it specifically that they say or do? Is it the fact they don't come back when they said they did, or the fact that they don't keep you informed about what they're doing? Be very clear about what it is that is the problem. When does it happen? Does it happen when they're with certain people? Does it happen when you've been away? Does it happen, so try and work out if there's a pattern. And then say, is it the behavior or the pattern or what it means to your relationship that's the problem? So for example, if they're late, is it that they were late once, or is it that they're continually late, or is it because you think that them being late means they don't respect your rules? Really think about these things. And you might want to think about them before the problem arises so that you have it all clear in your mind. And what stories are you telling yourself about the behavior and what it means to you? If they say something like, I hate you, are you telling yourself he's saying that because he's hurt and upset and angry? Or are you telling yourself he's saying that because I'm a hopeless parent? Now those stories will color your reactions. And obviously, how does it make you feel? If you can't think of the story, think about the feeling and then work out what it is that you're thinking that makes you feel that way. And what are the options? If it's about them coming home, are the options you pick them up? Are the options that you have an account with a taxi firm? What other options could there be to resolve the problem? Don't rush in with just one solution. And when you're talking to your teenager, look deeper. Make sure you have all the facts before you start getting angry. Just as in the slide that I'm showing, you can't see the man's head unless you look into the reflection and you look deeper. So it's like looking into the other person's side of the view of the situation. What's most important to your teenager? What's most important to you? And is there any way that maybe you could both get what you want? Is it something that's actually worth bringing up, or is it something that if you told yourself a different story wouldn't bother you? If it's worth bringing up, bring it up. But The thing to remember is to be curious, not furious. Find out what's causing this behavior, because often behind the behavior is a real need. They want attention or they want to belong. So look deeper for what's causing it and then make it safe. If the other person doesn't feel safe, remember what happens to your brain. The thinking bit switches off. You can have all the good reasons in the world, but if they don't feel safe enough, they don't hear you. They really physically cannot hear you. They're in that angry fight or flight situation. So make it safe by removing the blame, choosing the right time and place, asking permission. Show respect and love before you talk about the problem. Tell them why you want to talk about the problem, that you love them, that you worry, things like that. And talk tentatively. Don't rush in with solutions. Ask them for their solution. Say, my problem is I worry so much when you're not home. How do you think we can solve that? Listen to their solutions. Seriously consider them. They might actually have some ideas. Don't react to their angry words. Stay calm, stay focused. Don't ignore their anger, but make it safe for them to express it. Often when they've expressed their anger, they calm down and they're more ready to listen. So listen to them, let them vent. Ask them why. Really understand what's behind their anger. And then make it clear. Check that you understand. Make it clear what the problem is and what the consequences are. State some options that you could do and that you will do to help. Focus on the future. Don't talk about the past other than just to bring up one or two things that you need to, but focus on what you're doing going forward. Sometimes it helps to get a third party in that they can vent to if you find that when they're saying some things, it just upsets you too much. So get someone else that they feel safe to vent to so that they get it off their chest. It might be your spouse, it might be an aunt, it might be a counselor or a mediator. And finally, to be a star when things go wrong, it's useful to remember star. So make it safe. That's the S. Be thoughtful and tentative. That's your T. Ask for their side. Reassure them. And to be a double star, state the problem clearly. Tell them the consequences. Admit your part, because it's always a little part of us. Maybe we don't make the guidelines clear. Maybe we don't explain them. So work out what you could do to improve the situation, and then have a joint resolution for what you're going to do in the future. So that's being a star. Safe, thoughtful, ask for their side, reassure, state the problem, tell the consequences, admit your part, and resolve to an improvement for the future. And going back, between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response, and in our response lies our growth and our freedom. And that's from Viktor Frankl, who survived concentration camp. And if you can teach your teenagers to choose their responses, they will grow, and they will grow into free people, and it will help them enormously. So that's it. If you want some more information, please get in touch with me. Give me a call on 07980 920 078, That's 07980920078. Thanks. And I hope we'll hear from you soon.